Okay, hi everyone. I've got my spy gear on for the Sizzlen Top Secret Mission. I just ran through that once and I was having quite a few technical difficulties. And the way this new Facebook Live producer works, I am not a fan so far. I like the other version better, but maybe that's just because I knew that version. So I said I would go ahead and replay it a second time. Couldn't get it to let me unscreen share and just start again. So I had to actually log out and go live a second time. So without ado, I'm going to go ahead and try to screen share again. And guess what? It is not. It is not letting me screen share. So you may have to go back through. I am going to just read the clues to you, but if you want to see the fun video, watch the previous one. Just know that there's some little bit of technical difficulties at the end. However, you are not, with me reading it, you won't get the fun, what do I want to say, music and all of that sort of things. You might be able to actually. So the first screen, I just want to review. Your key mission was to gather your supplies. So you needed a 1 cardstock that was 5.5 by 8.5, 1 white circle or square that was approximately 2 inches, 4 pieces of designer paper that were 4 by 1 inch, 2 to 3 coordinated inks, or 1, whatever you have, 1 stamp set with images and sentiments, 1 ribbon or embellishment, and your adhesive. So those are kind of your pieces that you were supposed to have for it. You're going to keep hearing that because it's, as I flip to the slide, it's going in that little Mission Impossible. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is some top secret Sizzlen stamping. And clue number 1, just checking to see if this is ever going to let me share my screen again. Apparently not. Anyway, okay. So clue number 1, go ahead and fold your 5.5 by 8.5 cardstock in half. And I call that hamburger style. So it's when you have a wide fold. I'll show you up here just to give you a little bit more idea. So that's a fold like that. If it's the long and a little bit more skinny, that vertical fold, that is called hot dog style if you're in elementary school. So go ahead and fold that in half. Now you're going to adhere your 4 pieces of paper, your 4 pieces of designer paper, evenly across the front of your card. And my Sizzlen tip is to glue the bottom and top strips first and kind of look at where you want them and then space accordingly the remaining 2 strips. If you don't get them perfectly even, it is not a problem. I will show you on the second card that I just made a moment ago when I ran this originally. I did it slightly different to show you another option. So go ahead and get those on. It'll take you a minute. Use whatever adhesive you have. I like to use our, the green glue. It's the Tombow multi-liquid glue. I like it because it has the narrow end for fine gluing, and then it has this wide tip, which is nice to really spread that glue around. So hopefully you've had enough time to get your strips glued on. If you have, give me a thumbs up. I cannot see. This screen does not let me know who's watching, who's not. Clue number 3 is to stamp your image onto the 2-inch white circle or square. So go ahead and do that with whatever ink you have. And my Sizzlen tip on that is don't worry if your image is too big. So if you have a larger, like the thing I can think of off the top of my head is the free as a bird. There's a branch and it has 4 birds on it. But you can just stamp part of that and kind of spotlight the section that you want. And then that way you can get more use out of your stamps. You'll start to see your images with multiple uses and ways to do it. I know this is like the craziest get up and outfit I have for this spy thing. Okay, clue 4 is go ahead and stamp the sentiment above the image or in the narrow spaces between the DSP. And I'm going to show you mine, which is the completed version, so don't cheat, but I'll cover it up. But you actually, on this one, I got my spaces a little bit wide, so I went ahead and stamped my sentiment right in there instead of on my first one, I stamped my sentiment above on the circle. I don't want to show you too much. I want everyone's pictures to be a surprise. So go ahead and stamp your sentiment. And like I say, you can see the clues and the fun part on the first video live that I did right at 6 o'clock Mountain. Just know that there were some technical issues, so I couldn't get it to go back to a live screen for myself. Like right now, I can't get it to let me share my screen with the clues. So clue 5 is determine where you want to place the ribbon and your embellishments and adhere those in place. So I don't know what you brought to the table. I brought some daffodil ruched ribbon for mine, but you might have buttons, you might have ribbon, brads, sequins, whatever you have, you're going to glue those in place. And then the last step is clue 6, adhere the stamped circle or square where you want to finish the look. So this is mine finished card that I just did a moment ago when I was doing it along with the very first walkthrough of this. So that's what that looks like. And make sure to share a photo of your completed mission with everyone here via Facebook, this Facebook Live, or any of my Facebook posts. If you prefer, you can send a picture of your card to me, and I would love to post it. Make sure you invite your friends and families. I thought this is kind of a fun thing, so I'm going to try to do it a couple of times a month, especially while we are doing COVID-19 quarantining. So hopefully you can join in. Remember, you don't have to use Stampin' Up! Products. You can use whatever products you have. In the first video, you can see my case close folder has a little bit different variety of card, and I'll show it to you now. That one was my first sampler I made, and you can kind of see them side by side. Slight differences there in the two. And I hope you enjoyed this. So I will go and try to get these videos posted and up. Please make sure you share your photos and share with your friends. Bye now. What a disaster.